speaking of Zach Ertz next, and this is real though. Like, we have a guy in our quarterback position, 28 years old, and another guy who's 30, right? Like, where did we go wrong? Well, I can tell you where we went wrong, but how do we not build around these two? Like, how do we not build around these two? Instead, feel like we did the opposite. It's just it's mind-boggling. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I could see. I got to see Ertz's cap hit next year, but I could see. I know they're in their emotions right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ertz is back. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Like, it wouldn't shock me either way. If they backloaded some of his money and gave themselves some cap flexibility, you know what I mean? We'll see what direction they go there, because they rely so much on their tight ends. Like, that's what they did.
I think I know we talked about this on Wednesday, Tom, and we were talking about percentage chances. And I said a 0.2% chance Ertz would be here. But the more I think about it, I could really see them, especially now that we know they've already gotten started with kind of the clearing of the money with, Malik and Alshon, to where they do their due diligence, they shop them around. And if they don't receive what they believe is a, appropriate offer for Zach Ertz via trade, I could see them going back and trying to restructure it, a million kind of different ways. That way he kind of gets what he wants. Maybe he gets more guarantees up front, but that can then help them later in the cap. You know how this works with the NFL and the money. It's all a gray area. No one really understands it. Also, Howie, it seems like he doesn't quite understand it right now. But I could see it to where, hey, they put the feelers out there. Maybe they only get inquiries about maybe a fifth or maybe a high fourth, and they don't like that. Maybe they want a third or a second. And then they say, okay, well, we're not just going to give them away, so we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, I could see that, and I could see them trying to try to mend this relationship with Carson with Zach. They got to, if they're going to try to mend it, then they want to try to bring in people that work well with him, right? If you're trying to mend the relationship, and it's not like Ertz is getting paid crazy amount of money, and he's under contract next year
for 2 years. Yeah, I don't even think is next year his final year. I feel like it's 2 more years.
Next year is, I believe.
Okay.
Here's the 5 years. This is pretty much the year to move on from that contract. Listen, I'd love for him to be back too, but the man I saw today in that press conference is a man that, to me, knows he's gone. Now, we don't know everything behind the scenes, but if it's known that they're thinking about shopping him and they want to trade him, the man I saw today tells me he knows there's plenty of people that want to trade for him, and if the Eagles can find a way out of his contract, he's gone, because it seemed like a man that was saying goodbye.
Yeah,
and he was sad, and you could tell it was genuine, heartfelt sadness coming from him. So I don't know. I'd be shocked if after that I'm seeing him in an Eagles uniform next year. But anything can happen, obviously.
I know. Listen, I knew they were close. I didn't know how close. Last night seemed to show you even more of that between him and Wentz. And with one more year left on your deal, I would usually say, yes, that's right. Right? Like, that's when you usually move on from guys. But also, when you have so much cap space to still try to figure out, right, that you can't afford dead cap hits.